Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. Today I'm in my Progetto 65. That's right, I ground this down and I got my Progetto. Now I shouldn't say it was a bad grind. It was an interesting grind, learning the new auto reloader system, and I'd say tier 8 Pantera. Alright, take a quick second away from that conversation. 1 minute into the match, we get our 4th shell, okay? That's important. Alright, so I'm going to fast forward it, because I not only have this game, but I have another game, and I have a 3rd game. So I played 5 games in this tank, and I want to feature my best 3 out of the 5. But I will show you some endgame stats nonetheless. Get a shot in that Super Conqueror, and I'm going to get back to them Pantera. The Pantera I felt was pretty flexible. That's coming from a guy that was learning the auto reloader system. So as I got comfortable with that, then T-57 poking out, missed that shot. We get another shot. And I wanted to wait for that last shell to load. Anyways, digress. Back to Standard B. Standard B is a little bit more finicky because it takes a little bit longer for the shells to load in. Alright, see that waffle going by, and I wanted to hit him. However, we get the Conqueror instead. Get 2 shots into him, get an ammo rack, and we proceed. So my best advice to you is try to leave 1 shell chambered unless it's going to be a kill or like a double tracking shot where you know that they're going to be stationary for a while for your team to kill. Now in this thing you get a 4th shell, so it adds a little layer to it. Feels like it's a little bit more flexible than the previous 2 tanks, and you're at tier 10, so the added flexibility is good to have. Much appreciated, that's for sure. Alright. So, what a sweet map I get in my first match on my Progetto, Heilbronn. This is one of my favorite medium slash scout slash spotting tanks maps. And then if you have some gun depression, you can work ridge lines. This map is full of it. So since the Death Star backed up, I'm gonna shoot at this Progetto and make sure that that shell goes in. Now I'm getting hit by a 1390. I really don't care about the 1390. However, I shouldn't use my med pack until after he's done clipping me, because if he re-kills my commander, then I'm gonna be out a med pack. Alright, my biggest tip in these tanks are be precise with your shell, because if you miss your shot, you have to decide whether you're going to take another shot and lose some DPM, or if you're just going to relinquish your shot and save your DPM. Now I kind of got lazy there. I could have tracked him and maybe got around to his side. And really I can only chalk that up to laziness. I didn't want to aim. I feel fast in this thing, so I was hoping that I could just get to his side. So maybe you could say it lack of knowledge of the tank, but really I should have just aimed that shot and take my time. The 1390 commits suicide, their waffle takes hoops. And then we're going to proceed to kill the waffle. That waffle cuts me off. Yeah, he didn't really cut me off. He got there before me, so I gave him some room. And I can see the waffles still heading down the 1 line. I'm guessing he's not looking back over his shoulder. Sure enough, he's not. I get a shot there. And what is he going to do? What is he going to do? He knows I'm behind him. And I just suspect that he's going to be pulling out here. So here he comes. I get a shot in victory. Look at how much I made, 111,000 silver. That is incredible for a tier 10 medium tank. 4,000 damage, 1,000 blocked. This turret is actually, this is a good turret, guys. 2 kills. Now I will say 111,000. I realized that I had my ×2 silver boost on, so I take that off. Let's see how we do in the next game. Now we're on Fisherman's Bay. Not too bad of a map here for the Progetto, I don't think. I like medium tanks, getting early spotting, and the interesting thing also about these tanks is getting early damage in. So if you want to improve your stats, you want to get early damage in, and that's really understanding the maps and where to go to get the early damage in. And on certain maps with the Pantera or Standard B or Progetto, you need to get to certain locations, and then you need to decide if you want to shoot and lose your DPM or if not. Alright, so get to the center of the map here. Usually you can get shots into the city. They do have 2 artillery. They're platooned up. Trying to find shots here, and the Jaeger pulls forward, get a shot into him. And he pulls back, so I get a shot into him. Now, should I be waiting for a shell to come in? I don't know. At this point, I really don't care too much about my shells, because I'm not going to stay here forever. I'm going to relocate. This is a very dangerous spot to be with Artie here. So the mouse pulls up, and I cannot resist. So I put one in him, and then he backs up. I get my 4th one in there. Now, I said to save a shell in the chamber. Artie just misses me there, unless it's a kill or a tracking shot. However, like I said, I was going to relocate, so I really didn't care too much. Now we're going to move over here, and our team's doing a decent one-line push here. However, it is taking them a while to kill a tank, since we haven't killed one and they've killed 2 of ours. I only had 2 shells loaded there. I chose to shoot that guy because I need to start taking guns off the board, right? So that T-30, I could have waited maybe a little bit longer, get that 2nd shell in to just raise my DPM up a little bit more. And that's, if you play this tank a lot, you probably be good at evaluating those situations more than I am. Another thing, 5 games in this tank with a 75% crew. I mean, started with 75% crew, and then obviously he's earned some XP throughout the 5 games. Now, I let that 2nd shell chamber before I kill the T-30 this time, and now I got the side of the E4, and I decide, you know what, that E4 is a dangerous tank. I'm gonna take some health off of him so my heavy tank can handle him. I light him on fire. Now he doesn't have to take care of him. So I feel like I made a good decision there. Now they're starting to close in on the city. We're down 3 tanks. I don't feel like we're out of it. What we need is Artie to move. Artie is the balancer, right? So whenever I have Artie, I feel like I'm still in it because they can't defend against Artie. As far as I know, there isn't a metal umbrella that you can put over your tank to defend yourself against Artie. And if there is, you guys let me know in the comments below how I get one, because I would love to have it. Unfortunately, Artie's not listening, so Hoops makes a move, and I really just let Hoops know, dude, you need to get in a position where Artie can't hit you, and you can defend yourself, and hopefully we can keep our artillery alive. Artie slams the IS-4. And they have a full health E100 and a full health mouse. So that's going to take some work. Unfortunately, their Sheridan comes over the middle and spots Hoops, gets a shot into him, and the Conqueror finishes him up. Their Standard B comes out of the edge of the city, kills our T-92, and now it's looking pretty bleak. Alright, so let's see what this thing's actually capable of. We got the side of the mouse. I get a shot into him. I decide at this point I need to try to keep 4 shells chambered if I can. So I only do the 1 shell. Now I got the side of the E100. For 1 shell. turns his turret, so I have to go for a lower plate shot. I could have went for a cheek, but I just felt more comfortable with the lower plate. I break his motor. I don't get spotted there, so that is good. I got 2 shells still chambered, so it won't take me too long to get the other 2 chambered back up. Now it's just me and this Sheridan, and it's looking pretty impossible, but I'm not going to give up just because the damage potential of this thing. It's me and the Sheridan trade, and I feel like at this point these 2 scouts need to go before the heavies get here. The Sheridan slams the T-49, which is perfect, and then we're going to get shot on the Sheridan, one right there. Coming in the second shot, I don't know where that one went. I think it went low. Third shell, bounce another shell, and then I shut him down. Now I have no shells chambered, right? Oops lets me know that there's a Waffle E100 bearing down on us, and it's close to the end now. He is 3/4 health, so it's probably going to take me at least 3 shells to get him dead. Conqueror gun carriage breaks my track. I still have my repair kit, so I can fix that. Here's the Waffle. He's right on top of us. Hoping the Sheridan can get an Never mind. Alright. So I auto-lock, and then I don't realize that I'm going over a hump, so I miss that first shot, get the second shot in. In a loss, we make 25,000 silver. That's with 5,400 damage, 4 kills. Blocked 400. Take first place. Alright. Let's jump into game 3. Severogorsk. Hoops is in his 13-105. Generally, I'm liking the 1-2-3 line. However, I feel like I have the speed to get down into these hills on the beach and get their stuff spotted. Not to mention that we didn't have much coming here, so I at least want to get vision out. And another note on these tanks: you can't put yourself in a all-in position. Really, you have to play this thing so smart. How much damage can you do? And if you notice there, I was almost chambered on my 4th shell, and I decided to shoot that guy and kill him. So I feel like those are the things that I'll get better at as I play this tank. And then as I'm crossing, I get tracked by a prototype. So I'm going to come back. And can't get a shot on the proto. Can't get a shot on this T-95. There's T-95 staring at me. That's pretty terrifying. Okay, so then here comes Sheridan, and he blows up. Great job, buddy. One less tank I have to worry about. Very nice. Alright, so you kind of have to distance yourself, but these tanks are assassins. So, like I said, if you have a shell in the chamber, take the kill. Wipe the guy off the map. Help your team. If you remove guns from the game, you give your team a better chance to win. Alright, so I try to get a shell through the T-95's track and into his superstructure. That's a tough ask. I crit his track though, so hopefully we can break it off next time if we need to. Alright, so we got a shot on this proto. I'm gonna let this 4th shell chamber up here. While we wait here, let me talk about how I set up my driver. Alright, so the lower tier Italian tanks have subpar gun handling, and their DPM is not great. So they do kind of teach you to play farther back just because they have the same mentality as you're not going to out DPM anyone, right? So you can't be in a fist fight. You also, with bad DPM, need to make sure that your shots count. So this is why I chose to do my set up my driver this way. So I trained Snapshot first, and then I switched it to Brothers in Arms. I retrained Snapshot, then Smooth Ride, and then I want to focus on vision. So situational awareness, recon, and then help my vision to camo ratio by training camo, switching it to silent driving, and right now I'm retraining camo. Now, I know. You guys are going to be like, what about Sixth Sense, Mav? And you also know that I have repeatedly said that I don't always have sixth sense. Now, let me get this FV215B. He drives out in front of my gun, take the opportunity to hit him, and then I know I have this dead tank that I placed here, so I'm going to be able to use it as cover, and I track him in place for my team, hoping that they'll take him down. Get another shot into him, use the dead tank. And if you didn't notice, I did bounce one of his shells as well. So the T95 starts to push on me. Getting back to sixth sense. Alright, so I have played a ton of games in this game, right? And I honestly didn't start putting sixth sense on my commanders until the tier 10 scouts came out. And it wasn't when they first came out, nor when I first started playing them, but after like losing a handful of games where I knew that had I had sixth sense on my tier 10 scout commander, I would have known I was spotted and I potentially could have won the game. And that really inspired me to finally just listen to my friends and put sixth sense on my tanks. So I went back through on my commanders that had a lot of skills and perks. I put sixth sense on them. Now here, I should wait for my third shell to chamber because I'm not going to kill him with 2 shots. Unfortunately, I do not wait, and I get the second shot in, break his motor, and now I have a long reload to go here. Alright, however, playing that many games without sixth sense, it teaches you tips and tricks on like how to know if you're spotted. Now, by no means do I suggest this because sixth sense goes a long ways in helping you learn this game. Spotting on this game is a very hard concept. So I encourage everyone to get Brothers in Arms and then sixth sense. It's just going to teach you a lot more about the game. You're not going to have to learn the hard way like I did. Alright, so one of the tips and tricks here. This prototype, if he could see me, I would be detected, right, as I'm poking up over this ridge, but he can't see me through this bush, so I get to take my time, aim at him, and put the shell in his cheek. Alright, so I'm going to get my second shell chambered, and I have E4 shot, and as I start aiming, I realize he's staring at me. And I can't take an E4 shell, so I use this little hill, drive forward, and he hits the hill. And he's behind a house right now, so... And he pulls out. Perfect. Get a shot into him there. At this point, it's cleanup, so I don't know how to manage my shells here to like maximize my damage. So I said I had 5 games, and I'm only showing you 3, so I'm going to show my stats in those 2 games at the end of the video, but I'm also going to show you like my win rate and the rest of my stats. They're going to pop up on the screen here. So I've had a second class mastery badge is the highest I've gotten. I got a 60% win rate. It's out of 5 battles, so that's not a big deal. 3690 in average damage. That's almost on pace with my new Badger. And though it's a small sample size, I've done some big things in this tank already. Win 8 Super Unicum, and guys, I'm not a Super Unicum, and I don't strive to be a Super Unicum. I do look after my stats, and I care about them, but I more so want the win. So we get to endgame stats here, 5300 damage, 1700 assisted, 400 blocked, high caliber metal. It's a second class, and now I know Super Unicums have this tank and are boosting it up. So this is another game. Erlenberg did 1300 assisted. This is the first game and only game that I've lost money in, and then this is the 5th game. Swamp 2500, 400 assisted, 6400 is what I made there. There are other things that I wanted to talk about in this video that I just didn't get time to get to, so hopefully I'll be able to get them to you in another game. That's really all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.